Hello, I thought I'd make a quick video for you about the continuous glucose monitor, or the CGM. Now, before we start, it's important to know that the CGM is there in a non-diabetic context, so for longevity, to monitor blood sugar levels, so blood glucose levels. But more importantly, it's so that we can assess our response to different carbohydrates, so anything from sugars to breads to pasta, and we want to understand how we respond to it. So what I've got and what you should have is your continuous glucose monitor. It's also handy before we start, because I'm going to show you how to put it on, to have a little alcohol wipe where you can wash with soapy water, and then just a plaster of some type to put on after it. Now, what we have here, is the Freestyle Libre 3. So this is one of the better brands in my opinion, and the 3, you don't actually have to continuously scan it. If you've got the 2, you have to scan it every 8 hours, minimum every 8 hours, to make sure that what it's sensing is sending to your phone. But with this one, it's just continuous, and as long as your phone is in range, it will send the signal to it. So let's talk through how we're going to put it on. I'm going to just demo it live for you now. So I'm just going to put my phone on the stand. Now, before we start, and to be honest, it doesn't really matter if you don't know exactly how to do it from my instructions, because the first thing that you need to do is get the Libre Link app, and on there, the first thing it does is show you how to do it and it gives you instructions, and then you just have to link it to your phone. But what we do is firstly, it's important to choose a good place to put it. And back of the arm is great. I've put a t-shirt on, well, for many reasons I've put a t-shirt on, but I always like to do it kind of back of the arm, just outside of sight of the t-shirt, of the sleeve line. So around here is a good place. You just want to think, when you're about to put it on, you want to put your finger on where you think you want to put it, and move your arm around a little bit, so that you can kind of get a feel for if you're going to sleep on it, if you're going to knock it when you move. So find a point that as you move around and kind of mimic sleeping on your side, you're not going to knock it too much or disturb it. Because all it really is a tiny little kind of plastic filament that's in your arm. So it's not a needle, it's nothing hard. And you can sometimes, if you knock it, you might feel it digging in. But mostly it's gentle and it's soft, and it shouldn't cause any problems. So let's open it up. I'll go from the start, do this live. So inside you'll get a little receptacle that looks a little bit like this. Now I'm going to clean my arm first. Like I say, if you've not got alcohol wipes, you can just use soapy water. Just make sure that it's clean before you put it on. I know from having done this that I want to put it about here. So I'm going to roll my sleeve up, give it a really good clean, the whole area. And I've purposely chosen a slightly tighter t-shirt because I want to think of what items of clothing I'm going to wear, and I don't want to really choose some, I want to put it somewhere that is going to compensate for all of the different items of clothing. One of the things that I find is if you do contact sports, you should maybe choose a time where you're not going to do them, or take a break from them to do it. But I mean, it worked for me with doing jiu-jitsu for a while, but after probably about 4 sessions or so, it did get knocked enough that it would break. So it will last about 2 weeks. Some of the other brands can last up to 3 weeks, but 2 weeks is typically how long it lasts. And so if you knock it enough times before that, it will break, and you can't, once it comes out, you can't put it back in. So all you do is, I did that without saying, but you basically unscrew this. So it comes like that, and it's sealed, and you just unscrew it, and you can get rid of this for now. And this is the bit that you're interested in. And as you can see, this is just a little bit that's going to insert the CGM into your arm. And so you just get the spot that you want. So you line it up. Like I say, I'll maybe just do one more check to make sure. So I know it's going to be about there. And all you do is just line it up, have it ready on your arm, and then just press really firmly. It'll click, and then you let go. And you'll see that the CGM's left there. And then this is how you dispose of it. You just dispose of it in a sharp bin ideally, but you can throw it. I believe the instructions will tell you how to dispose of it, but I believe you can just put it in a normal bin. And then I'll put you don't have to put a plaster over it or a cover, but because it's quite sticky and the adhesive is quite good. but I always like to do it, especially for the shower and things like that. So I won't put that plaster on now. But what I'll talk about is now how to kind of make the most out of it, because what we want to do is use this 2-week period for really kind of treat yourself as your own lab guinea pig for these 2 weeks, because it's really important now to understand your tolerance to carbs. And I'd kind of break it into 2 weeks. The first week, it's really good just to understand what it is, what your body, how your body is responding to different types of food. So this is the kind of week where I'll allow, if you have a calorie limit, I would allow you to go beyond it or eat a little bit outside of the normal prescribed diet, because what we want to do is see the things that we're tempted to eat normally, or the things that we like to eat, just things that that are kind of in our wheelhouse of what we eat, that how our body responds to them. Because you'll find, like for me, I found that rice, for example, was something that sent my blood sugar skyrocketing. Oats is something else that people, think are healthy, but it sends certain people's blood sugar absolutely crazy. So it's really interesting to know these sorts of things. And like I say, that you don't need to eat stuff that you would never eat. Just keep it within the realms of stuff. But this is the time to really understand the impact that the naughtier things that you like to eat have on your body. So this is the time where it's totally allowed. So that's the first week. While you're doing it, for the whole time of this, it's really important to track, because it's not just what you're eating, it's the amount that you're eating as well. Sometimes the dose makes the poison, right? So what you can do in your app, and I often encourage you to track your food anyway. So when you eat a meal, track it, log it in, maybe like Carbon Macro Coach or MyFitnessPal. But then that meal will tell you how many carbs you've had. So it's really useful to enter into the app at the time that you had them, the number of carbohydrates that you had. And that will help correlate that, it'll also ask you what you had at that time. And you can start that way when you reflect on it to see the patterns between not only what you're eating, but how much. So that's week 1. Now, week 2 is where I would say is start to have some fun with it, is maybe, it could be the term. But essentially, we want to start to experiment. And you'll be amazed at how the same carbohydrate, the same amount of the same food, in different circumstances will have a completely different reaction in your body. So you want to think of things like timing. So for example, again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend sugary cereal, but if you were to have sugary cereal in the morning and then to have it just before bedtime, you will see a massive difference in your glucose reaction, for most people anyway. Things like if we eat when we're stressed, or when we've not slept particularly well, it's really interesting to see how those things change after we've exercised versus when we've not exercised. So what I will do is give you a list of all the things that you could consider, but see yourself, think of the things where you go, the variances in your normal life, and how, just to help you understand this, how when you behave differently, your carbohydrate tolerance changes. It's very interesting and very eye-opening when you first understand just how much. So like I say, it's things like, if you eat a carbohydrate with a protein, the same carbohydrate, if you have, like say, some bread, and if you had the bread with maybe some avocado, or if you had it with some chicken instead, and you can try, that would be 3 separate tests. Have the bread by itself, the next day at the same time, have with the same kind of, have you exercised before or not, but just keep everything the same. Then you try the bread with some avocado. Then the next day you try it with some chicken at the same time. So that way you can really see the difference, and just experimenting with all of those different things. There are some other ones that I've kind of got written down here that are worth having a look at, but it's mostly around kind of understanding the normal variances in your life. So if you're, for the ladies, it's about when you are in your cycle, how it differs when you're at different stages of that. So really take the time before you start, or while you're in your first week and you're just getting used to it, to think of all of the different circumstances that arise and the different foods that you might eat and might not, what's happening in your life and how that could potentially affect it. And like I say, I'll give you a list of some of the things to consider and some of the experiments that you might want to try. But it's amazing, you'll see how little things like going for a walk after you've had a very sugary meal will have a huge difference in the amount that your blood sugar spikes. So look, I hope you find that useful. I hope you find this next couple of weeks incredibly eye-opening, and it will help you learn a few simple, like for me, I learned about 5 hard rules that are very easy to follow, but some heuristics for your life about how to manage your carbs and really so that you can kind of just do the learning and then go ahead and live your life and not worry too much about it once you've understand some basic things for how your body responds. So as always, any problems, just give me a shout. But yeah, best of luck and enjoy it.